Las Vegas, here we come. The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. Podcast movement Evolutions has announced the first set of confirmed speakers for the event in Las Vegas in Nevada this March. If you want to save money, you can take advantage of the holiday sale for registration. Betterhelp is still the top spender in podcast advertising, detected in 879 shows in November, says Magellan AI. Peloton, Etsy and Skylight were the advertisers who've increased their spend the most. There's a market update webinar today at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Vice Media Group are to make new exclusive video podcasts in Indonesia. The country ranked in the top 10 countries globally for podcast consumption on Spotify last month. Livewire reports that Libsyn's podcast consumption stats are now using IAB-compliant numbers. The figures had been their own legacy numbers until September. The company appears to include all Apple Core Media downloads under Apple Podcasts and claims Apple has 69.5% of all downloads, Spotify 13.7% and Google Podcasts at 2.2%. Christmas comes early. In October, Rode launched a games division including streaming software Unify. Costing $69 a year, it was given away for $1 at the end of November, but in an email sent to customers and seen by Podnews, the software is now free. It'll only work with Rode microphones from here on in though. But the company is to send a free XCM50 microphone to every former subscriber. And Christmas comes early again. Overcast's developer Marco Arment has announced he's not going to remove Overcast's web player after all. He promises it'll continue to be very basic and kind of ugly, but will remain for the foreseeable future. And the host of Sword and Scale, Mike Boudet, has posted a racially unpleasant poll on Twitter. Boudet was sacked by Wondery in 2019 after similar Twitter comments and was widely accused of orchestrating one-star reviews against a competitor. He's denied that he left one-star reviews, though. We've again asked for comment. And in podcast news, Podbean's Rob Greenlee makes a guest appearance on the Sound Off podcast. But don't worry, there are no podcast predictions, just to look forward. There's a transcript available on the website too. Dish, a podcast with Nick Grimshaw and Angela Harnett, has some special guests this Christmas. Downtown Abbey's Hugh Bonneville, Radio's Annie Mac, and morning TV stars Dermot O'Leary and Alison Hammond will be enjoying seasonal favourites and serving up a warm helping of chat. Probably. And it's the season finale for the 7th season of Heavyweight today. The show's produced by Spotify's Gimlet. The last episode of the season will hear the story of an unlucky branch of the Elliot family seeking to lift a curse placed on them by the Archbishop of Glasgow in 1525. And in our newsletter today, a picture of podcast ads in the wild in Toronto, Canada. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.